I don't know, man. I don't know. From Grego, they get swept, and LeBron will fire Lou and hire Mark Jackson, bring in Melo, Anthony Davis, CP3 Wade, and bring Kobe out of retirement. First of all, I don't think Kobe's coming out of retirement. Tyronn Lue just signed a deal. He took them from a team that was good to winning an NBA Finals. He just got a new deal. They're not going to fire Tyronn Lue. Even though I love me some Mark Jackson, I think Mark Jackson is the guy that's getting screwed out of this whole conversation and talking about the Golden State Warriors. But that ain't going to happen. Speaking of Mark Jackson, let me give Mark Jackson a Baller Award, man. I think they actually had him to give the first comments when Steve Kerr walked out onto the court last night. At the start of the broadcast, they had Mark Jackson and the other two guys there. The play-by-play guy, which I don't know his name, and Stan Van Gundy. And, Mark Jackson was the guy that kind of, announced Steve Kerr coming onto the court and how the crowd received him. Mark Jackson got a whole lot more character than me because I would still be salty dog right now. Hey, Mark, can we get you to introduce Steve Kerr coming to the court? Nah, get somebody else to do it. Get Jeff to do it. I ain't doing shit. No. Oh, that's another thing. I'm happy. The little hiccups that we had Thursday and Friday, I was fortunate enough not to curse. I almost cussed 7 times, but I didn't. Oh, boy, thank you, Jesus. That was one of the great things. 2 days, and I did not cuss one time. From Montana Jones says, Kyrie ain't giving Cavs ish. Love outplaying him. That's true. From Clay Raheem to Dream Davis, he says, LeBron had a triple-double and Kevin Love balled out and still lost by 20. I just said that just now. From Andre Elam, Steph was like LeBron. I know you ain't trying to check me. Have some. Sandman, I've been missing the Diamond League meets this year, Andre. I'm slipping this year. They're talking about a little track and field. By the way, I posted a little video of the LOP, just dominating our heat in the 100-meter this past weekend. From Sluggo, one of my boys texted me during the break. And so, listen, I'm sorry. I'm just proud dad. I'm bragging on my baby girl who had a great weekend. She puts in the work. One of my boys, somebody I haven't talked to in a long time, listening to the show today, he was asked, how old is she? And my daughter, baby girl, is going to the 8th grade. She just completed her 7th grade year. She got 5 more years to bring down her time, 0.6 of a second. I think the top for her age group, or not her age group, but for the high schoolers, I think they run in the mid-11s. And Andre Elam, somebody out there can tell me, my baby girl got 5 years to take a second off of her time. This past weekend, in her new PR, the 12.62, she didn't even use blocks. She was the starters were hurrying them or whatever. She didn't even use blocks. She had already ran 2 races as well. She didn't even use blocks. She didn't have a good heat where other girls were pushing her as well. She can go so much faster. Praise his holy name. She get it from her daddy. A lot of things working against her. She didn't use blocks, a very slow heat as far as, other competitors really pushing her. And so, man, I'm just very proud. And I continue to tell her, look, we're going to have to see improvement week in and week out. Or we got to find something else to do. We'll damn pull your older sister's darn violin out of the darn storage. This is a lot. This is a lot. I mean, this track thing is crazy, man. The amount of time that they put in, the amount of work that they put in, and the travel that goes with it, and the amount of money. They got new uniforms, man, that cost a grip of money and whatnot, man. So it's a lot. And I've told this girl from day one, listen, I need to see you get better week in and week out, or we'll find something else to do, period. Sidney Jackson, good point, Ninja. Curry gets so many BS calls last night. Curry got fouled at half court and threw the ball at the rim, and I'll be damned if they didn't give him 3 free throws. But they do that a lot, though. I hate that whole thing where the guy comes down and they get fouled, and if they don't dribble, they went over this ad nauseum last night and talking about the game because it happened to somebody else and they didn't call it. But I hate that. I hate that whole thing where they just throw the darn ball up and they get 3 free throws or whatever many free throws that where they're at in the game. I hate that. And, yeah, they did give and do give Steph that type of call all the damn time. Let me grab a call. Call. Thanks for calling the Doug Stewart Show. What's your name? Where you calling from? What you want to talk about?
Doug Stewart, man. It's your boy Dollars and Cents, man. I'm at the Mackinac Bridge about to jump my black ass off real quick. So I'm calling before I go.
At Dollars and Cents, don't do that, bro. It's just a game. They're not paying you, man. So if you don't know, Dollars and Cents is a Cleveland Cavalier fan from the big city of Cleveland, man. What are your thoughts? What can be changed in this series, man, to get y'all back in it, bro?
Well, let's talk about what we can do to be competitive. For one, RJ, I love our Richard Jefferson. For us old guys, they need to sit his ass on the bench. I've always said it'd be nice if they can give Derek Williams a little more time or some time. He's athletic and he's bigger, and he could, spell LeBron and give him some minutes against Kevin Durant. That's the other thing. You got to get Fry in there. And to be honest, man, Kyrie Irving with this damn and one shit. I mean, that is a huge problem.
Yeah.
Huge problem.
You know what, man? It is. I'll say this, man, and I'm a big fan of Kyrie, and I bragged on him and talked about how when they need clutch baskets, they go to him, man. But you're right. It seemingly is hurting them. He's playing this and one basketball, and it hadn't been working. And I don't know what exactly defensively Golden State is doing. They're just not trying to give him lanes from what I can tell, man, but it does not look good right now.
Well, for me, what makes Kyrie great is because that I don't give a ish attitude from game to game, and he's like, I'll break out the next one. I'm all good with that. I just wish somehow when he does the and one and he breaks guys down, dish it out for a 3 or give it to somebody else. And but I think Cleveland's gonna. I mean, I'm still saying Cleveland in 7. But stop
you even had to laugh at yourself just now, sir.
Hey, man, I got to go down with this shit, baby. Captain Jack Sparrow, man. And with that, I'm gone. All right.
And he's gone. All right. Hey, look here, man. So I guess as far as this show goes, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, Man Talk Monday, the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. And by the way, we got shows coming up for you today right here on WSME. Shots out, while I'm thinking about it, shots out to all of the other show hosts, my man Kesey, Marcus Harper, Sports Talk with Soul, John Fisher, Cooking with the Microwave, Patty Cake, everybody that did shows over the last couple of days while I was out, man. Thank y'all, man. Thank y'all for holding WSME down. So we got some shows coming up today. I'll tell you more about them in a second. You know it's bad when a die-hard, probably as far as this show goes, it's bad when a die-hard Cleveland Cavalier fans just laughs to himself when he talks about the chances of Cleveland coming back in this series. That's where it's got to. From Cornelius Small, he says Cavs out-muscled Warriors last year, and they just giving them back what they gave them. If Cavs can take their strongest punch, I feel Warriors and KD will fade. Hopefully so. That's one thing I'll agree with you as well on. Last year it seemed like that they really tried to use their size and their physicality against Golden State last year, and it worked. It kind of wore them down, after the first couple of games, obviously being down 3-1. But if you notice the last couple of games in this series, LeBron James is shooting a lot of threes. Early on, he really made an effort to get to the basket and get into the paint, man. But later on, when they start getting behind, they start trying to beat the Golden State Warriors in their game. They start trying to beat Golden State at the three-point game. You're not going to beat Golden State playing their game. Last night, the Cleveland Cavaliers shot 29 three-pointers. Golden State shot 43, but Golden State hit 18, and Cleveland only hit 8. But, yeah, I found them coming down court a lot of times, pulling up and shooting three-pointers from deep, man, and that's just not what they're going to do. They're just never going to beat Golden State playing that style of basketball. They're not. And they kind of got caught up in the moment last night, man, in particular, and tried to take all of these threes, and that's just not going to fly, bro. It's just not going to fly. Jan from Snellville, guys, I was in the group where I believe coaching makes a major, major difference, which I still agree to some extent. But would you have a great team like this coaching just managers minutes and set the culture? Basically, I believe Mike Brown didn't really make a difference. Right, but you could probably say the same type of things about Steve Kerr. You know, they got so much talent. These guys are so great, and these guys aren't like just good basketball players. Kevin Durant, Steph Curry are like generational type players. You got two generational type players in these guys. Then you mix in Klay Thompson, who I really think Klay Thompson could go to another team and, you know, vie for an MVP. Kind of like the way that James Harden left Oklahoma City and went to Houston, became an MVP candidate. If Klay Thompson were to come to, let's just say, the Atlanta Hawks, where there's some talk about him possibly doing this. If Klay Thompson were to come to the Atlanta Hawks, he'd ball out of control. Like, he'd be in the conversation probably with one of the MVPs or in the conversation for an MVP award. That's the type of player that he is. But he's on another team with generational type players as well, man. So I hear you, man, and I don't know how much a coach really matters when you got that amount of talent on one team. Not just good talent, not great talent, not all-star talent, generational type talent. So, yeah, you can say that about Mike Brown, but, man, you know, you can make the argument. You can say the same thing about Steve Kerr. To be honest with you, he didn't do a damn thing. They went 13-0 without Steve Kerr. Okay? They looked good last night with Steve Kerr, but they look great without Steve Kerr. I don't know, man. From Al Thompson, Kyrie missed tough shots and not so tough shots last night. From Big L, XY says LBJ was tired as hell after the first half. Yeah, did you see LeBron James? That's kind of like this discussion about the passing of the torch. Like, LeBron looked tired as hell last night, looked winded, and you would be too if you had to run around all night long chasing after Kevin Durant and Steph Curry. You would be tired too. And that's exactly what Steph looked like last night, like a chicken with his head cut off. And LeBron trying to stay in front of him, man, that's just tough. That's a tough task for LeBron James. As much basketball as this guy has played, that's a tough task for anybody, much less a dude that's played a gazillion minutes of basketball, been to 7 straight NBA finals. It's just tough. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. That's what I'm going to rename today's show. It's not looking good. Period. You know who else is not looking good for it? Derek Fisher. We'll talk about this joker when we get back from the break. Hour number 2 of the Doug Stewart Show. Don't go away.
To know who is the kid with all the soul. It's my life, I'll put on this, the world of Chris, so listen in, it unfolds with food for the mind, improving my lines, beats, and using my time, wisely inviting you to fly with me, and cry with me, and lie with me as I'm looking up to God, getting my energy, source from my Lord is my clarity, and these facades that's blind in my path, you do the math, these other cats is bringing half, my foundation is love and patience, so I'm built to last. I feel the blast from your attack, cranberry bathing, scaring us. My soul food is more than chicken and asparagus, and greens and grits is from the heart, so now they fearing us. It's more than just music, cause the flow I'm using is serious. Real thought and rap, it's not a lotta. My punchlines touch minds, I got more catchphrases than Mike Piazza. I gotta keep this metaphorically tight, but leave it just loose enough so it'll fit around your life, alright? For all I'm out to spit, and already did. It seems these people making plans to try to stop the kid. But dog, it's obvious, cause I must win. You can't stop it, do the math, it's not happening. For all I'm about to spit, and already did. It seems these people making plans to try to stop the kid. But dog, it's obvious, cause I must win. You can't stop it, do the madness, not happen.